What's up? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm going to make something today I haven't made in a while. It does take a while to cook, so I'm going to be preparing it today, and I'll be having another video when it's done. But for now, we got to get into the preparation, right? And so the first thing I want to do, I guess I got to tell you what I'm going to make, right? So today I'm going to be making barbecue chicken, and I've had this several times with you, but today I'm going to add a little something else. I've got my Sweet Baby Ray's, of course, that's a key component, and also brown sugar, another key component. So the only thing we need to do is go ahead and get started. And I think the easiest thing to do is to start with the chicken. You got to start with the preparation of the chicken. And today I'm going to do something a little bit more, not really time consuming, but just a little different than what I've done in the past, because it does take a little bit more effort. But I'm tired of whenever I get the chicken out, it has all this extra skin on there. When you end up with the final product, you end up having to, all the flavors on the chicken skin, and then it's something that you really don't want to eat at the same time. You end up peeling it off, and then you have like, I'll explain it, but I think you get the point. You want to have your seasoning and flavor actually on the chicken thigh itself and not the skin that you're going to be peeling off, because it just doesn't work out well when you're baking it the way I do. Alright, so let's just do it. So I've got my chicken thighs here, and I'm going to be rinsing these off. It's always super crucial or super important to rinse these off. And it's not hard to get the skin off. You just kind of have to give it a little tug. And after you rinse it, I have a bowl set up. Let me get a bowl for this fat. So I've got a bowl to put the fat in, so I don't just put it in the sink. And it's not hard, like I said. You just have to just take a few more minutes to get the skin off. You can use a pair of scissors if you have any residual skin that's a little harder to get off. That one's a little bit more challenging, but it's gonna give. I promise I'm gonna win. See here, there we go. And if you have a little bit up there, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Just you don't want all this huge skin up there, and then I'm just not been happy with the way it turns out the last couple times I've done it because of this. So the skin is gone. I could have done this already, but I just wanted to show you it doesn't take much effort to prep this chicken. But you do want to rinse it. That's one of my pet peeves. I always have to rinse the food, any kind of meat that comes from a store like that. Last one, here we go. Oh, that one came out super easy. Okay, so I have my chicken thighs. That's what I prefer to use. You can use other things if you want to or need to, but that is my preference, is the chicken thighs. Alright, now we got that disgusting part out of the way. Always wash your hands. Chicken is nothing to play around with. The bacteria, you don't want to get salmonella. It's no joke. Alright, so wash your hands with hot water and some soap, hopefully antibacterial soap. Okay, perfect. So we have our chickens here. Oh man, I just had to touch it again. It's all good. all good. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to be putting them in the pan anyway, so let's do it. So here we are. My pan ready. Good. Lay your chicken thighs out evenly before you add any sauce or anything. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. I'm glad I decided to use these in this way instead of, you know, bacon or whatnot. All right, now let's wash our hands again. I'm going to add one thing differently than I have in the past. I have these onions in the refrigerator. And so we're going to be chopping those up and throwing them in there. These type of onions. Alright, they always come with rubber bands, and this is something else you want to rinse also. I have a plate to use to chop these up. Okay, match your ends up and just let it rip. These add such a great flavor to it. I was really impressed the last time I used these onions, and so we're going to do it today. And hopefully it's going to have the same kind of effect where it adds a lot of great flavor. I did wait a couple days to use these, so some of the ends need to be cut off. So just look accordingly for those if you know, you're in a similar situation. Man, when's the last time you went shopping? I'm sure it hasn't been too long. The food prices are outrageous. I mean, it's getting really crazy. Okay, so I've got all the pieces that I think are unsuitable off of the ends. And really what I'm going to be going for is the opposite end. Alright, so took 2 rows of those. 3 rows actually. And you can save these other ends. They're really good on mashed potatoes. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those in some mashed potatoes. I actually have some sweet potatoes I'm going to do, so those are not going to be good on sweet potatoes. But it's going to make a huge difference in our sauce. So just scatter these out. And the flavor is going to be incredible. Flavor that they add, it's really well worth a little extra effort. Okay, so we have those scattered. Oh, one was missing here, so I'm going to put that there. Alright, so let's move that out of the way. The next step, oh no, the next step in our barbecue chicken let's get you some elevation. Here you go. Alright, perfect. Now hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Next step is to use the sweet, you're going to need sweet and smoky rub. This stuff is amazing. Usually this is what goes on the skin. It tastes really good, but the skin is just, I don't know, it just doesn't work out. It's different when you fry it or when you bake it to the point that the skin becomes crispy. But that's yet to happen in this situation, the way I bake these with lots of sauce. So just do a light seasoning all over, just dust the whole top. It really sticks to the meat. I love that. Let's see. So that's enough. Also, a little bit of garlic powder all over. We're going to do some pepper also. That's plenty. And some salt. Don't go overboard, but you definitely want to give some salt there. Okay, so it's really easy if you think about it. The hardest part is just prepping the chicken and making sure all that skin's gone. All right, so we're close to having it. I think we had the seasoning done. Now we just need to add some brown sugar. Same thing, just a light scattering. You can skip this if you you know, you're not crazy about all the extra sugar, because Sweet Baby Ray's has quite a bit of sugar. But you're going to be missing out because the flavor is awesome in the brown sugar. Makes a huge difference. Look at that clump. Okay, that's plenty. Just want to make sure each one has it. And it'll kind of go down into the sauce as it cooks. Okay, what's next? Alright, so what else do we need? To me, it's crucial to add vinegar. So I use apple cider vinegar, White House. And I'm going to go along the edges and add vinegar. It can be very tricky, too much or too little. There's like this sweet spot you want to hit, honestly. And you don't want to put too much, but you don't want to put too little. So I think that's plenty. We could always add more. You can't take it out. Okay, so what's left? We have Sweet Baby Ray's we're going to have to open and put on. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting. I don't think there is. It's pretty easy. It does take a while to cook. But don't skimp out on the barbecue sauce. That's why I get the large bottle. I do like to spread it out though. If you don't have enough, then the vinegar can really be overpowering. So, there we go. That's plenty of sauce, I think. That's going to be cooking and going down into the bottom. That's basically half a bottle of the Sweet Baby Ray's. It's not too bad. It's maybe $3.50 or $4 for a bottle like this. Alright, so we have everything prepped and ready. And you're going to want to preheat your oven, which I didn't do, of course. But this has got to cook for 2 hours. It's got to cook for 2 hours. I have done it for 3 hours. It's falling off the bone. And maybe you like it that way. You know, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. So I also have, like I mentioned, sweet potatoes. I have some sweet potatoes that I'm going to be cooking. And to prepare these sweet potatoes, what I do is I wrap these up in aluminum foil. And I throw them in the oven closer when it's closer to being done. These cook for maybe 30 minutes. Depending on your situation, your oven, you know, everything's going to be a little bit different. But you'll know it'll be soft and it'll be ready to go. But it is crucial that you wrap it up with aluminum foil. So there you go. You have barbecue chicken. It didn't take much effort at all. Now we have added extra onions. I've never done that before, so we're going to see what the difference in flavor is, and hopefully it's going to be a good addition. But sure, nothing to it, man. We got it done. It didn't take long. So I'm going to throw this in the oven. Like I said, we're going to do that for 2 hours, and right now the time is 12:34. I love when I see that 12:34. That tells me it's time to go on to the next thing. It's time to just think about what's next and being prepared and just letting it roll. So, bam, I'm going to go to the next thing. But I did want to show you this beautiful barbecue chicken today, even though maybe you've seen it before. And, yeah, I hope you have a good day. I'll be back with the end product.